Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Elena Riley and thank you very much for joining me this morning at the First Alert 6 streaming center here. And this morning I have our top headlines for you just to go over, get you started with your day, get you in the know. So we'll head over to our website where I have the latest on my web story here. Here we are then, 6 things you need to know to start your day, Thursday, August 21st, with our top 6 headlines. Alrighty, so let's get into these then. Alright, so 4 suspects have been arrested and 4 suspects are still at large in an investigation of recent thefts at cemeteries in the Omaha metro. So Shane Jackson, 52, Kenneth Marriott, 66, Meyerott, 66, Frankie Diaz-Lopez, he's 26, and Miranda Shamlin, 27, were all booked yesterday on Wednesday of charges of first-degree theft and possession of stolen property, is what the Council Bluffs Police Department, they shared in a news release with us early on this morning. And law enforcement officials are still looking to arrest Kirsten Davenport, who's 44 years old, Tracy Clan is 50, Patty Vance 59, and Larry Trusler 58. These people are all from Council Bluffs. So if you have any information on any of these suspects still at large, please contact 911 or 712-328-4728. Or to remain anonymous, you can call Crime Stoppers at 712-328-7867, or you can leave an online tip. So I have that all here in this web story. So these arrests come as part of an investigation into multiple reports of thefts. These are happening at West Lawn Hillcrest Memorial Park Cemetery and at least one other metro-based cemetery. There will be a news conference today that is held by Council Bluffs Police at about 1 p.m. They have that planned, so they are going to be sharing more with us on that. Next, one person has been arrested in connection to a shooting. This happened yesterday evening at an apartment in Omaha. So 42-year-old Monria Harrington was arrested on charges of first-degree assault and use of a weapon to commit a felony, is what police said in an update this morning to us. Officers responded at about 6:15 yesterday to the apartment northeast of 30th and 4th Streets, is what OPD tells us. And officers there, they found a 27-year-old man. He had been shot at one of the apartments, and he was taken to the hospital with injuries that were serious but not life-threatening. And then Harrington was detained at the scene. He was later taken to the hospital for treatment before he was booked into Douglas County Corrections. And this incident is still under investigation. My next headline is that we have learned yesterday of a new partnership between ICE and the Nebraska State Patrol for the newly announced detention center in McCook. So the Department of Homeland Security will work with the work ethic camp in McCook into a facility called Cornhusker Clink. And the facility will come with a new partnership with NSP through the 278G program. A representative of the patrol said that 6 troopers will collaborate with ICE as secondary duty. And a news release from the governor's office, the plan is part of a series of new state and federal partnerships to support President Donald Trump's immigration enforcement efforts. Yesterday, we spoke with Douglas County Sheriff Aaron Hansen. He said he supports these increased immigration patrols and the new holding facility. But he says, however, that his office has no plan to join in on what the State Patrol will be doing with this. And the facility can house 200 inmates. They will make room for about 300 minimal to low-risk detainees, is what officials tell us, and that the current inmates at the facility will be rehoused at some different facilities in our state. Next headline, the suspect in the death of a vulnerable 67-year-old woman in an Omaha home had appeared in court yesterday. So Nikki Budlong, she's 53, she has been charged with involuntary manslaughter, abuse of a vulnerable adult, and 3 counts of theft by unlawful taking in excess of $5,000. In court, Budlong's bond was set at $300,000 and her preliminary hearing was set for September 22nd. She was also appointed a public defender. In court, prosecutors alleged that Budlong stole about $51,000 from one victim, $21,000 from another victim, and $11,000 from a third victim at this home. And prosecutors also said that Budlong is a power of attorney of the victim, which is 67-year-old Kathy Schneider, And they also said that Bud Long saw Snyder the night before she died. Police officers did find her on February 12th there in the home. For my next headline, 2 people were taken to the hospital after a crash involving 3 different vehicles in southwest Omaha. It's kind of in the Millard area. It happened shortly after noon Wednesday, near 180th and Harrison Streets. Omaha police officers were there on the scene. They said that an initial investigation found that a 2014 Ram pickup ran a red light and crashed into a 2018 Subaru Outback, as well as a 2012 Ford Escape. And the driver of the Subaru, which is a 33-year-old woman, she was transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. And then the driver of the Ram, which is a 69-year-old man, he was taken to be evaluated at the hospital as well. No update yet on their injuries, but we also know that the Ram was involved in another crash shortly before the crash at 180th Street. And OPD says that this investigation is ongoing. My last headline for you this morning is that the Omaha Greek Festival will begin today, this evening, and they'll be celebrating its 47th year. Awesome, it's been going on for that long. So this festival will be held at various inside and outside venues. They have different areas there, and then it features some historical exhibits, Greek food, live entertainment, as well as some activities for the kids. Admission is $6 for adults and free for students as well as kids under 12 years old. So you can head on over to the event on the corner of St. Mary's and Park Avenues. This is near Midtown. And for the schedule, Thursday it'll be 5 to 10:45 p.m. Friday is 5 to 10:45 as well. And then Saturday it'll start at 11 a.m. until 10:45. So check out that Greek festival if you're interested in that. All right. Other than that, that is all the top headlines I have for you this morning. Thank you very much for tuning in, watching me this morning. I bring you this live stream around 8 a.m. hour every morning, as well as this web story around 6. So everyone have a great start to your day, and thank you very much for getting informed with me.